103.9 The Box, Flint's Classic Rock Authority, some Motley Crue, and Smoking in the Boys' Room. I was just telling Pastor Gary here, I feel weird playing songs like that when you're in the studio here. Gary Cech, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Jeremy. Good to be here.
Oh, my, that voice, that is something else. And your son, Josh. Hi, Josh.
Hi.
How are you?
Doing good. How about
All
you,
right,
Jeremy?
I'm doing fantastic. So I stumbled across you through a former roommate of my father, Randy Conant.
Randy Conant, good
from
guy.
ABC 12,
Yep.
and we do Match Game. I've been on the air 22 years. I want to say half that time I've been playing Match Game easily. Several stations all over the country.
Awesome.
One of my favorite game shows.
Yeah.
And, you talk about these shows that try to come back. And they brought it back in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't really
do well,
no,
yeah.
not
No.
at all. I just remember thinking, boy, this used to be awesome. Well, they brought it back on Sunday nights, and I gotta say, they brought back the music, they brought back the set,
Yep.
they brought back the feel of it, and it's a lot more fun this
Yeah.
time around. But you got to be on the original run of Match Game.
I did, and that was totally amazing to me because I would run home after school to watch Match Game during the daytime after school and play the game, just at home going, man, I could do this. I could do this.
How did you do it? How did you go about getting on?
I was in the Young Americans, a performing group that's been around since 1962.
Okay.
Out in L.A. And the L.A. Times has pages of game show auditions. And,
Really?
Yep, they do. And so one of those was for the Match Game. I thought, man.
That'd be
So
so much
I was
fun.
20 years old. I went down there, and there's like 20 people in a room with a contestant coordinator, Diane Jennifer, and each person says their name and a little bit about themselves. Then you play kind of a mock game. And all these ladies were going, and I really want to kiss Richard Dawson, and I really want to kiss Richard Dawson. So it got to me. I said, I'm Gary Cech. I'm from Flint, Michigan, and I have no desire to kiss Richard Dawson.
They're like, we want you.
Well, and then my time ended in L.A., so I came back, and I called Diane Jennifer. She said, when you come back to L.A., give me a call. And I tried school one more time, Olivet College, and the cold, everything. I said, I'm going back to L.A., I'm going to go for it. And I drove back in January of 1976, and I called up Diane Jennifer and said, hey, I'm back in town.
Right.
Just wanted you to know. About 2 weeks later, she says, you know what? I don't have any spots on Match Game, but would you want to do Match Game PM? It's a one-time shot, because if you win on that, you don't come back the next day like you do during
like
the daytime.
The daytime series, you got to keep coming back.
I said, yeah, absolutely, And so I've already told you that I do not take credit for that shirt. I don't know where it came from. It's oh my gosh. I look at my eyes start burning. But I got to go on that day, and it was a blast. It was surreal. It was just surreal because what you've been watching for all these years, you're now a part of.
Exactly.
The blue cards and everything is like, it was, and I thought, if you watch the show, I thought I was sunk.
Right.
I thought my competitor
we all
got
did.
that once. Oh man, I'm toast. And then all these other answers started popping up, and all of a sudden I won. I thought, wow,
a pretty hefty amount too.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
it was.
That's it for back then.
But I told you, when I first matched with Patty Duke Aston for $500, and she was, oh my gosh, she's about 28, 29 years old at that point. Lovely, just very petite. And then the second time, I matched with Charles Nelson Riley.
Right.
And I get up there, he said, you should have said, the answer to the question is, like he knew. Well, thanks very much. But matching with Richard, for the big money, that was just
unbelievable.
Unreal, yeah.
And you gave me a DVD. I got to check it out. Wow, so cool. So that being said, I do have some more questions for you.
Okay.
And I'm sure Roy Moore probably has a couple of questions as well. He is out and about right now, hanging out with our friends in Davison, Hank Graff Chevrolet, the big tent sale going on. Roymond, what is going on out there, my friend?
Well, you know what? We were hanging out for the final day of the big tent sale here at Graff Chevrolet in Davison today. Jeremy, you got it. And great interview, by the way. That's fun to listen to. Nice job, guys. That's a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. Enjoyed hearing that. I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of it. But nonetheless,
103.9 The Box, Flint's Classic Rock Authority. They're already making fun of me in here. It's not
because it's so fun.
All right, we're kind of getting the Punch-Out Party crew going a little bit early today, and that's okay. I think that's totally fine. Why? Well, let's just say it's happening a little early today. It's Match Game Monday, but it's turning into a deluxe edition. We've got Gary Cech here. Now, you were a contestant in 76?
1976, yeah.
Wow, that's 2 years before I was born. Boy. Okay, so here's what I need to know. Questions I need to know the answers to.
Okay.
Does Richard Dawson smell as nice as the ladies would make you think he smells, or no?
I have no idea.
Because you didn't get close enough.
Nope. That was not my desire. I think, yeah.
Not even close.
Patty Duke would have been different.
Yes. Now, how did she smell? She smell nice?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. It's just, I was in awe, of that.
Right.
And I thought, because I asked her on the big money questions.
Yeah.
And she was one of the 3 that I picked. And,
right.
and if I picked her both times, I would have gotten 2 hugs.
Nice. Yeah.
But I blew that. I blew it. Yeah. Had to shake Charles Nelson Riley's hand, but I looked back at that, and she was so sweet and gave such a nice little hug. Like, very genuine.
Right.
She wasn't very standoffish, not standoffish at all. Awesome. Of course, none of them were. They were all a lot of fun. They were like a little crew. Like what you guys are.
Yeah,
exactly. Very loose, very much fun. Gene Rayburn was the liaison between the contestants and the celebrities, but it was a perfect balance.
Right.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Now, what was it like? How when you were walking through that shag carpet, did you feel like you needed a weed eater? How thick was that shag carpet? Was it pretty?
At that point, I was kind of walking on air.
Right, so you didn't even feel the carpet.
No, you don't feel that, because now you are in a whole other realm of existence. It's like you were thrown into a blue screen, watching from home, and now you're doing it.
What's that like to see it? Because, obviously, HD was not even someone's thought back in those days. So when you walk in there, you're seeing it all crisp, and what was that like?
Vibrant. It was really vibrant, because, studio lighting's very bright.
Yep.
And you got the orange carpet.
Oh, yeah.
The shag, which is like 3 feet tall,
Exactly.
They give you a comb.
Could lose children in the carpet.
You could, yeah. If you were lost before the show started. And, it was very vibrant. But, here's an interesting thing. When I was on it, they taped it in February.
Okay.
And it wasn't going to air until April.
Oh, wow.
In March, I got the check.
Really?
$8,250 with no taxes taken out.
No taxes taken out?
No, none. It's treated as income.
Oh, wow.
Which is why I wanted to go on Match Game, because like other ones that give you prizes, you got to pay taxes on those prizes.
Right. So you pay taxes on the prizes, but you get to just take the money and run.
Right, that's it.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got the money to pay whatever taxes, and I was poor. I was living on the back porch of a house.
Oh, my God.
So literally I was.
Wow.
In Orange, California. You opened the door and blocked off my bedroom.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it was. And you had to go inside the house that I rented from to use the bathroom or to take a shower.
Wow.
So there was a life-changing moment for me.
That's a lot of money back then, too.
But when it came on, remember, this is before VCRs.
Oh, yeah.
And so I couldn't tape it, so I put my little cassette recorder up by the speaker.
Get the audio.
Yeah, exactly. So I had for 25 years, I had an audio version of this.
And then that's it.
And that's it. And then around the 2000 or so, people are saying, I saw you on Match Game. I go, really? I didn't know I was on. Well, I did not know that they were re-airing them.
Game Show Network.
On Game Show Network,
yes.
Yeah. And so I called them and said, oh, yeah, it's $100 for a copy. I'm going,
really?
Yeah. Do you know what I do? I pastor it. I don't have $100 to do that. So I kept calling up asking, when is game show number at the number. I knew the number.
Right.
It aired in 2002 on my birthday.
Shut your mouth.
No,
are you kidding
on
me?
my birthday.
Awesome.
So we had like 3 VCRs going to my house.
You weren't going to take a chance at all.
Taking no chances whatsoever. But that was the first time I'd seen it,
Since it aired.
Since it aired, yeah. So it was
what was that like?
That was weird.
Was it?
I'm going, man, my hair was so dark. Now I'm just happy to have it.
Later.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to play?
Yeah, absolutely. You kidding me?
All right. We're going to talk a little bit more with Gary coming up. Also, Roy Moore is out and about right now. Hank Graff Chevrolet in Davison. We'll talk to him in moments on 103.9 The 5. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to play Match Game on the Punch-Out Party. So here's the deal. Normally, we play one game, and that's it. Today, if it's okay with you, Gary, we're going to play 2 full rounds, just like the old show, and whoever has the most points is going to win. How about that?
Sweet.
Does that sound fun?
Yeah.
All right. Meantime, we're going to throw things out to my friend Roy Moore. He's out and about in Davison. Hank Graff Chevrolet. Roymond, how are things out there?
Wonderful, friend. We are sitting outside under the big top here and having a good time. That's pretty much about it. I could call it a day right now, but I got stuff to talk about.
Got Match Game coming up. Match Game Monday. Your chance to play here in just a couple of minutes. We've got Gary and the entire party crew ready to make you a winner. Yeah! Meantime, it's 30 minutes of non-stop Fox Rock for your ride home and Foghat Slow Ride on 103.9 The Fox. 103.9 The Fox, Flint's Classic Rock Authority. There you go. Some Seeger for you. Rambling, gambling man. It's Fenech on the Fox. Punch-Out Party Crew in here. So you get you into a Match Game Monday, and it's a deluxe edition. We've got Gary Cech in the house. Hello, sir.
Hello, Jeremy.
This has been so much fun. We were supposed to go out to lunch last week.
Yeah.
And then, things happened, so we kind of got to meet today.
Yeah.
This has been just as much fun, though. I'm not going to lie.
It has been.
Party Crew, don't you love him?
Oh, yeah, it's a great time.
I've had to tell them, too, to be on their best behavior. Now,
we have a celebrity.
We do. Okay, now you're a pastor in church. Tell everybody what church you're the pastor
Well,
of.
it's called Grace Community Christian Fellowship. It's on Davidson Road, 1 block west of Center. It's the old Michigan video store right next to McDonald's.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we kind of took that and converted it.
Very cool.
Fun. And,
I like it. See what he did there, guys?
This
is why we get along.
Well, I tell people, I teach with humor, and I got to sometimes tell my congregation, calm down, too much coffee, let's back off a little bit here.
I love this
Don't lose
guy.
Control.
Right.
And but we have fun, and I believe that, we can teach faith and have fun, too.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
And God's been laughing at me for the last 20 years in ministry. But, so it's tough in Flint. I grew up in Flint.
Right.
And so, to see it now compared to then, I was gone for 25 years on the West Coast. So,
right, and then you come back.
Yeah, it is sad. But we work at trying to mow vacant lots to fight against blight. Our church does. And
That's
so
great.
I'm out there every Wednesday, sweating away. And I said, if a 62-year-old guy can outwork you, there's a problem here.
Right,
So
right.
you don't get breaks, no. So we have fun.
That's awesome. See, and same kind of thing. We were just talking about that. I mean, I've had opportunities to go elsewhere, and I love Flint.
Yeah.
I love being here. And one of the things that we enjoy doing every day is making people laugh on their way home. And one of the benchmarks that we've developed here is Match Game Monday.
Yeah.
Now, this is something that I've been doing on the air since time began, really. Even before the show was on television, I was doing this Match Game Monday thing. And don't roll your eyes at me.
It just seems so natural.
I know.
Time stopped.
Right. So through a mutual friend, Randy Conant,
Yeah.
I saw you were a former contestant on Match Game. I thought, we need to get you in here.
Yeah.
So you won. You did this big money super match. You won with Richard Dawson.
I did.
That's got to be just surreal.
Well, because I had the opportunity to be on Match Game PM, which was the prime time version.
Right.
Which you either win or you don't.
Right. There's no coming back.
Right.
There's
No coming back. And so, and like I'd watched, I told you as a kid, for years running home, goes, man, I could do that. And I went to the LA Times of all these auditions, and I went in there and I sat in a room, with all these people. I was like the youngest kid in there, I was 20, and all these ladies were saying, I'm so-and-so from so-and-so, and I really want to kiss Richard Dawson. And got to me and I said, I'm Gary Cech from Flint, Michigan, and I have no desire to kiss Richard Dawson. But they liked me. And so, and then eventually got on, and it really was surreal.
Awesome.
And when you're backstage, you sit in that little chair there on top of the 3-foot shack
What's
carpeting.
that like, waiting for them to spin you out? What's that like?
It's like, okay, this is really going to happen. I'm not waking up this time,
Right.
And it starts to move around. There's a guy pushing the it wasn't automated. There's guys pushing.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
This is back in the mid-'70s.
Yeah.
Technology was different. There was a guy flipping the things. Okay, Earl.
Slide it, Earl.
That's right.
Yep,
That's
I
right.
remember. Slide
So,
it, Earl.
but it was a lot of fun, and I really thought but it was kind of fun because people were telling me that they were seeing it. I said, how can you see it? Because but I didn't realize Game Show Network was showing all these things, so I kept trying to catch it, and finally did.
Finally got it.
Yeah, because I only had an audio cassette of it for years.
That's crazy.
Because that was before VCRs in the home.
So 24 years after you saw it air for the first time and the only time, you finally saw it on Game Show Network. Oh, that must have been
three
awesome.
VCRs going at the same time.
That's a video cassette recorder for the kids out there.
That's right. History lesson. Yes, Mr. Science.
Yes, absolutely.
So.
All right, so I'm sorry for calling right now. I'm clearing the phone lines, so sorry about that. Now, Gary, we're going to let you select here in just a hot minute. Are you ready? Because I know that it's exciting and exhilarating. Are you ready to do this? Are you sure you're ready to do this?
Yeah.
He is? Party crew, are you guys ready to go?
Ready.
Okay, we're going to go with the deluxe edition. Let's go.
Just Bob and the Punch-Out Party. Match Game Monday.
All right, Gary, what caller should we take right now?
Number 7.
Caller number 7, 810-230-WRSR. You're going to be contestant number 1, and we're going to look for contestant number 2 in a few minutes. Match Game Monday right now. Good luck.
When you say Sasuke.